Hello, I'm Douglas Maddy and welcome to Altered Perceptions. In these videos we're going to be looking at the performances from the TV show Penn and Teller's Fool Us. I'm a magician with over 25 years of experience and I'm going to be watching these episodes alongside various guests so that we can get the perspective from an audience member's point of view as well. Alright, so we're watching this one?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. Matt Johnson. You see, that's a decent name. Matt Johnson. Everyone else has got a weird name.
My name's Matt Johnson and I'm from Sheffield, England. When I discovered tattoos, I realised that I can carry my scrapbook and my memories wherever I go.
Ow.
Oh, this should have been for Nicole. She loves tattoos.
Ow.
Look at all them.
The J here is for my brother Jonathan. He has tubular sclerosis, which causes seizures. I've watched him literally have 3-4 in a row, go into a coma and can't breathe. And that's why I do the water escape. What I experienced in there is kind of what he goes through too. So it's my way of being closer to my brother. He's the most courageous guy I know. So when I need the inspiration and that last bit of oxygen, that's what I think about.
I went to see Diversity in the Dungate and Ashley Banjo did a water escape. He was in the tank for 2 minutes.
Who's Ashley?
Ashley Banjo is the leader of Diversity.
Okay.
So the dance troupe. He did a water escape.
Oh, is he into magic?
Well, it was very tense because it was like 2.5 minutes of him being in the water and we were like, oh my god, we're going to see Ashley Banjo die.
And was
But
it an
he
actual
didn't.
escape?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he must have been his magic, because no one would just do that willy-nilly.
I think he wanted to push it, push to his limits.
That's got nothing to do with dancing, though, has it?
No, it was an extra thing he did, but it was like, you're like, please don't die.
No, it is. It is. When Houdini used to do it, he used to do it upside down by his feet. So even if you could get out of it, you still couldn't lift
Yeah.
yourself up to get out. It was called the water torture cell.
Now, Houdini was famous for many escapes, but the one he was probably most famous for and the most terrifying was the water torture cell.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
In this escape, he would suspend himself by his ankles, turn himself upside down, and go into a tank of water, chained and shackled. He'd attempt to make his escape whilst holding his breath. This evening, I'd like to try my version of the water tank for you and for Penn and Teller. Now, I'd like you to take each one of those keys one at a time and try them in the lock, if you would, please. And you're going to verify for the whole audience that none of the keys that you selected at random open the lock. The first one, no. Would you put it in the glass, please? Good. The second one. Folks, she's trying this now. That doesn't open the lock.
No.
And finally, the third and final key, third time lucky. Does that open the lock?
No.
No. Drop it in the glass, please. In fact, the only key that opens the lock is this one. I keep it separate for obvious reasons. Alison, would you verify for everybody? Take this last key, please. Try it in the lock. And does that one open the lock?
Yes.
Good. Leave the lock open. Take the last key. Place the lock on the table. And now take the last key and drop it in the glass. Good. Would you pick up the glass with one hand underneath, please, and one hand on top? I'd like you to shake up the keys. So, Alison, would you verify that you just took the only key that opened the lock and placed it in the glass and mixed it up with all the others? Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. Literally like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I also want you to bear this in mind. The escape you're about to see is extremely dangerous. Please do not try this under any circumstances.
You have done loads of underwater escapes. They're all a bit scary. I used to do it in a wheelie bin.
One more thing. As I duck under the water, if you want to join in, take a breath with me. Wish me luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Because tricks can go wrong, especially if your face is covered in water. Would you do this? He's been going to the gym as well. Nice lean body fat percentage there.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not going to help if your lungs aren't
No,
there.
I reckon he's got a spare key in his beard.
big guy. Like, it's quite a small tank.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I actually think it's really intriguing. This is a really good act. Oh, that's a different way of doing it.
How does he get the key from the bottom of the...
I'm excited, Carla. This is going to be interesting.
What?
Shit's going to go down. I know how this works, and I'm
Do they
still...
have to... I'm
Because
guessing
it could go wrong.
Do they sign some sort of, like,
I don't
thing
know.
beforehand to say,
excited, I know
if I
that.
die, it's my fault?
This looks great. He's done this
So
so
he's got
well.
to get out of the handcuffs, get his hands in.
I wish I'd have thought of this. This is brilliant. Oh, he's doing it in real time. He's not even being covered up, so he really is holding his breath. Oh, that's even worse.
So what, I reckon
is-
2.5
this
minutes
is-
max? 3 minutes?
He's not going to be able to undo it with that, so he's going to look for the other key.
Well, it doesn't look happy, does he?
Going to look for
Now
the
he's
other
got to
key.
find the key.
This could still go wrong, and the fact that you really see him holding his breath.
I wonder if he couldn't do it and he started to pass out, wonder if someone will come on with like a
Well,
thing
I
and
think
break
that's why he's
the-
standing nearby. Yeah, he should have introduced that really to say that's what would happen, because that's what they do. They usually build it up a bit more. Say, here's an axe. There's going to be a guy standing by.
He's like, is he going to die? Be interesting to have had like a clock to show.
Yeah, that's
how
what the
long-
noise is.
Yeah.
That's
many
the
minutes
you're
is
going to
that?
die of drowning soon if you don't get out noise. Look at that. That's
Nice.
brilliant. That is, it's about as genuinely dangerous as you can get, that trick. Because anything could go wrong. Even when you know how it's done. That's impressive. And it's really well thought out. Sorry, I know I've got to be asking you what you think about this, but I'm just this is brilliant.
No, it was good.
I wish I'd have thought, I'm not jealous, I'm envious. I wish I'd have thought of that.
So how do you train? I mean, do you start like in a swimming pool?
I actually train breath holding. I'm not a free diver, but I train breath holding. And the only way to do it is like going to the gym. You just have to put in the time, put in the effort. That's literally the only way. And you have to go through the pain of the lungs burning. That's all you can do, right? And when I go under, I really try and just picture myself floating in the abyss, getting deeper into the ocean. Thinking burns oxygen. I don't want to burn oxygen, so.
Let's burn a little bit of oxygen, Carla, and have a little
Yeah.
bit of a think. So,
No, it was good.
right, I'm going to shut up because I've been really intrusive in you watching this performance.
I'm always
So I'm going to cover my mouth now.
with tricks like that where it's like obviously he's holding his breath or it's something like that. I'm always like, are they actually gonna? Are they're gonna die? Because I'm always like, they're never gonna let him die, are they?
people do die.
Yeah. But when it came down to it, would they let him die?
Well, a lot of the times it's arrogance. They don't think anything's going to happen, so they don't prepare for if something does. And a lot of the time, sometimes you get people that are like amateur magicians, so they don't go through health and safety precautions and stuff like that. So, I mean, he didn't introduce anything to say,
No, he didn't.
oh, here's an axe in case it all goes wrong. It was just sort of like, well, if it... because what... And how would he indicate to anyone that it has gone wrong?
True.
How would they know that it's different to the drum? There was no one on the
Stops moving.
outside.
He stops
Exactly.
moving,
But how
doesn't
do
he?
they know if it's part of the performance?
Yeah.
Who's there looking out for him? Do you know what I mean? Whereas ordinarily you'd have somebody on the side of the stage with an axe saying,
Yeah.
this is so-and-so. If I give him the signal, he's going to come and break open the glass. Like the...
I suppose it's not as tense if they say they've got someone. It's not as like life-threatening if they've got someone
What's
to help
that
them.
film? It's not called Catch Me If You Can. Is it Now You See Me or something like that?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, the magic
And she
one.
drowns in that, or somebody drowns in
That's
that, don't
cool.
they?
I like that.
Oh, you like that?
I like
you like
no,
a good old
I
drowning.
really like that. I like.
Is it the
those
woman that
films.
drowned?
Yeah, so they
Elsa Fisher or
they
whatever it is.
they put piranhas into the tank, and it looks like she's been killed basically, and then she appears in the audience.
Ah. Yeah, because that was more of an illusion. This was actually a genuine
Yeah,
escape.
this is a genuine trick. Like
Yeah.
we were all, like I said, when we watched Diversity and he did the water trick, he'd put something in the water that was pitch black as well.
Yeah.
So it was like you could
Like
see
a
his
liquid.
hands
Yeah.
moving to try and unlock it, and
That'd be
we all
scary.
sat there like, oh god.
And you
are we
could see
gonna-"
through the container.
We could see just pitch. You can. He was big guy.
He didn't have a
and-
cloth around it though. You could
it
see through
was-
the
you could
container and
see-
saw his hands the whole time,
Yeah.
like that, but with
Yeah,
with dark in there, so you couldn't see him.
which was very much like this is tense. We're
Yeah.
really gonna. But I can imagine that's like when you go to Britain's Got Talent and they have like the dangerous magicians on there, and the whole audience is like holding their breath because they're doing like a knife throwing thing. Or
Yeah. So marks out of 10.
I'd give it a 9.
Wow.
Because he's got 3 different things to contend with. Well, 4: the water, holding your breath, handcuffs, the one round his neck, and then the key to try and unlock the tank.
I didn't expect you to give it 9. I thought you were going to give it another 8 or 7.
No, I like that.
So you really
I
did
think-
like that.
I like that because it was a lot of things to go. Even though I was thinking, is they going to let him die? But at the same time, there's a lot of.
But he's taking a lot of risk, isn't he?
Yeah.
And it's not safe. So, would you still class that as a magic trick because it's an escape?
Is it magic?
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Because when I
No,
think of magic, I think of doing the impossible. I can see how that's possible and that he's doing what he's saying he's doing.
Yeah, like the last one when she just sort of guessed the song. That's a bit more.
Or like juggling, like if you see juggling or knife throwing or something, you know that that's really happening.
Yeah.
But it's not a magic trick because there's no illusion. So
Yeah.
there's no deception. It's
I know
really
what you
doing
mean.
what he's saying he's doing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's
So-
good on like a big sort of stage like this, isn't it? A lot of theatrics and.
It's in the realm of circus performer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That kind of magic circus performer jugglery
Yeah.
kind of thing. Is there anything you would like to have seen differently or something he could have done better, or is that kind of like a really good solid performance?
I would have liked to have seen a clock telling you exactly how long he was in there for. Because
Yes.
I don't actually know how long he was
No.
holding his breath for. If it
That's a
was-
great
Because
idea.
it wasn't very long in terms of. It was probably about a minute and a bit or something.
Do you know what I think as well? Like if you had, I know this sounds sadistic, right? Say if you had the clock hooked up to some electric or something, and sort of it would electrocute him, and he'd die if he didn't get out. As well as so you got drowning
be a risk,
and
wouldn't it?
electrocution,
But yeah,
so you'd
I'd
have to get out before.
Because I mean, if push comes to shove, I reckon, how long could you hold your breath for?
Yeah, or what me personally, the longest I've done about 3 minutes.
Yeah, because that didn't seem like 3 minutes.
No.
Which, when you get to 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes, that's when it's
Yeah.
like a struggle.
But it's like he said.
But he looked like he was struggling when I don't think he was.
Mm.
He was putting on that he looked like he was struggling a lot more than I think he was.
So that's where the performance comes
Yeah.
in. Yeah. But at the same time, like I say, all you've got to do is just take a breath in and you're done. So
Yeah.
it's game over. So I always have, because all it takes is for somebody to just have a
Yeah, it's
breath
very
in. So
risky sort of.
even if you
thing.
just sort of got a bit winded or something, that's so dangerous. And do you think, this is an interesting question, do you think it fooled Penn and Teller?
Well, I mean, how, in a sense of it's not like a card trick where it could fool you. You know he's gonna.
Or do you think it, I'll rephrase it, do you think he gets the fuller reward?
I don't know. I don't.
You're on the
think
edge with
so.
it.
Yeah, I don't know because I wouldn't have. It's a escape act rather than a.
So they might not know as
Trick.
much about it.
don't know. It's a funny one because I wouldn't call that magic.
Right. Okay. So there's nothing to fool him with. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because he's just got to get the key.
That's an interesting
And
point.
unlock the.
Yeah.
I wouldn't class that as magic. That's a sort of escape
So-
act.
So you think they'll know how it's done because they'll say, "Oh, you
I
just
think
picked the
so.
lock, or you just got the key." So there's nothing to guess. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so.
There's nothing to fool us
You've
with
only
because
got
you
to
did what
find-
you said you were doing.
Yeah, I guess find the right key.
Yeah. So you don't think that they're going to be fooled? Well, I will say this. Like I say, when I said there is a magic trick in that.
Yeah.
And I've got it upstairs. So, the guy that designed this was one of my best mates, and he passed away a couple of years ago. And if it's done the same way that I'm thinking this is done, and he was a locksmith, and I won't say any more than that, but there is a magic trick within that escape. So if they're not aware of that magic trick, it does look like a genuine escape, but it's dressed up to look like an escape when really it's a magic trick. So it might cause a bit of.
Interesting.
We'll see how it goes.
All right, well, let's hold our breaths and see what the boys have to say.
Okay.
Penn, tell her.
Oh, wow. Great act. Great act. And
Thank you so
with having seen a few acts, still nerve-wracking, wonderfully nerve-wracking.
I really, really appreciate
And
that.
what I want to really hit, because it's important in an act that's this good, is to let people know what's real. You know, Houdini used to offer a large amount of money, I don't know, make it up, $1,000 or something, for anyone that could prove that he obtained air while he was doing one of these stunts. In the tricks we've done, we couldn't pass that. You could. There's no cheating at all in the breath holding. There's no cheating at all on the box. You're really underwater. All of that is really real. There's no cheating on the danger. It really is dangerous. I want to skip over the first part, if you'll allow me, because it's so good. I don't want to go into the lock picking and stuff unless you want to push me. There's a plot called Bank Night, where usually you have a bunch of different keys that can open something. It's done as a psychic event, or it's usually done to win $100. Not that it's the same trick, but that plot of one key opening when a bunch of them don't is a nice plot when done for $100, is a wonderful plot when done for your life. Just terrific. I also had to say that we like the way you look. We like your bold pate that go very well with the 7 keys. It was actually more than 7 keys, but all the keys you had go very well with your bold pate.
Thank you. Yeah, but no.
No?
No, Mr. Baldpate.
No 7 keys of ball pate
No.
at all?
No.
Well, then, can we try a few of those keys?
These keys down here
Yeah. Well, the keys in the tank. Yeah.
in the tank.
Yeah.
I'd rather you didn't.
Yeah.
So are you convinced Penn and Teller have figured it out?
Yes.
But you're fabulous.
You really
That's
entertained
okay.
us all.
That's okay.
Fabulous act. So get out. You're wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, so when he's talking to him, he's giving hints and tips as to what the trick is, like giving it like the 7 was. But it's not it's a different trick. So it was a trick, but it's weird because it uses the same principles, but it's a slightly different method. But yeah, so are you happy with that?
Yeah, that was good.
I thought it was amazing.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll be notified of our latest videos.